This is Luton, and today I'm here to talk to you about how not to own at the game. I'm here to talk about how not to run forward, getting 10 kill streaks and going, look at me, I'm a boss, and all of that bollocks. What we're doing in this game, okay, this is Wake, and Wake is an interesting map because it's very, very narrow, which means it's very difficult to attack, and it means that as a defense you have to watch multiple angles, okay, much more so than some other maps. The reason for that is that you have people flanking you, and the reason they'll be flanking you is it's because that's the only real way to win this game. If the defense is even half decent, I have to say, look how bad I got handed there. If you're a defense, okay, if you're even doing your job half right, there's no way that the enemy should be able to move forward just in a straight line on this map, okay. However, if you're dropping tons of smoke, vehicles, you know, you really pile in and put the pressure on, you know, it is possible. But if you've got a proper defense, it shouldn't really happen. The first thing we're doing is we set up a javelin team, and you should always do that on this map, and the reason for that is because the helicopter will dominate if you allow it to, okay. The helicopter gives such a massive advantage on this map, so disabling it straight away is going to be the most important thing for you to do, and having a javelin team ready for that is what you basically want to do. The second thing you want to do is watch out for teams like this in the boat, who are basically just trying to flank and get around. Flanking is pretty much what Wake is all about. You'll have people coming down the beaches, and you'll have people coming in boats and flying down the beaches in buggies, just trying to get around you in every single way possible. Your team should have a team of snipers, LMGs and everything like that covering the main road, engineers with mines, javelins, RPGs, whatever. So no real enemy should be able to come in down the main road. So having someone like what I'm doing right now, covering at the back here, making sure that guys like this running down the beach are marked up and moving around, that's really something that's very, very important. And it's something that I'm concerned is we're seeing less of in a lot of the Battlefield videos that I've seen recently. There tends to be a huge emphasis on, you know, kill streaks and people building up stuff like that, and, you know, running around going, look at me, I'm a boss, blah 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 blah. There's a lot more to Battlefield than just running around picking up mass kill streaks and, you know, showing how you can hand it out. You know, being ready and being in a position to cover things when they go wrong is also a really important part of the game. And the other point is that from game to game you're going to get very different playstyles of people, and, you know, you're also going to get very different just situations happening all the time. There's going to be times when you're against easy teams, there's going to be times when you're against hard teams, so you need to be flexible and looking at what's happening in the game in order to best counter that, and that means you need to be ready to change up your class, change your system, like I always say. So, you know, having one assault kit, having one weapon that you know you can hand out, chasing your targets as well is a bad thing to do, chasing after people. And you can see that a few of our guys right now, you know, this is often what happens in games like this. People get bored. They get bored because, you know, the attackers aren't pushing hard because maybe they got, you know, pushed back very quickly at the start, which is basically what we did. We took out their helicopter, we neutralised their air support, we took out the guys who were flanking around, basically just denied them. And you can see that whilst I was defending the left beach there, we've had these guys push up. There's one guy, two guys. Snipers are another thing actually, whilst we're looking at that. Snipers, you get a lot of snipers on Wake, and that's mainly because it's a very straight island and, you know, it gives them a lot to shoot at. However, it's also kind of an incredibly bad thing to do because Wake is very much about pushing forward, and before you know it you'll lose a lot of tickets. So sitting back and sniping on Wake, it can be good, you know, always to have snipers for marking and all sorts, you know, and for putting a bit of pressure on, but you don't want to have too many. And I think, you know, you'll often see like 4 or 5 guys sniping, you know, and on consoles that's like nearly half your team, so it's really, really not good. Helicopter going down immediately again there. And that's something as well when you're in a team like this. You want to be ready for the heli coming in, you want to estimate the time, you know it's going to be coming back. And we were sort of saying to each other, okay, it should be, you know, get ready, look for it, because it could be coming in low, etc. You don't know where it's going to be coming from. And Islik was ready with the SOFLAM, and he got it marked up as it was entering, and all three of me and Kazi there with javelins ready to take it down. A tactic that I've noticed as well at the moment is the Amtrak, and the Amtrak's a very, very powerful vehicle. It can withstand a lot of damage, and you know, it can obviously act as a spawn point. It's got, you know, twin gun options for taking out vehicles. It can destroy mines and so on. So the Amtrak can be a really excellent tool, and I've seen people recently, what they'll do is they'll bring it in, drive it actually into the target, and that's something that you do not want to allow them to happen. You can't jump over that, by the way, I realised. So you see, although I'm moving up, I'm still staying close to the base. And this is part of, you know, another one of my tactics always, which is Golden Circle. And what that means is you just stay close enough. You stay close enough to the base that if it gets armed or if someone comes in, you can get back to it. Whereas if you look at some of the rest of the team, some of the blue guys, several of them have moved quite far up. And for exactly what's happening right now is a good example of why that is bad, because just as I start to move away, it turns out there's a guy coming into the base who's flanked. And what I'm doing right now is I said to the guys that he came from somewhere, and we didn't see him on the beach. So it's always worth doing this. It's always worth checking your base, making sure things are secure. If everything's quiet, you want to make sure, well, why haven't we seen them for a while? What can they be doing? Is there a squad moving around us? Is there a squad sitting behind us ready to launch some kind of counter-attack? You need to be ready for it. And again, we identified that the helicopter was coming back in. Again, I was saying we haven't seen it. It should be about to respawn. Get ready to take it down. Don't wait until it's on you causing trouble. Be ready for it. And you see 3 javelins on it there. That's all 3 of us locking it and firing at the same time. That helicopter is not going to stay in the air. And by denying them that air support, we're forcing them to play on the ground. And forcing the attackers to play on the ground on this map is giving them a disadvantage. Well, these guys on the boat team are doing pretty good, really. They're putting some pressure on us. But this gun that I'm using right now, it has a fair amount of recoil. I was saying, annoyingly, I did actually snipe a driver off this boat the other day, but I was not recording, so I guess it didn't happen.
I spotted an enemy sniper, over.
As I was in game, I thought this might be actually quite a good position here, because you can watch the beach. If you were a sniper, this would probably be quite a good position here as a defending sniper, because defending snipers on this map don't always have the best angles for getting on stuff, and I think from here you'd have a good chance of getting on a lot of targets, because a lot of the attackers will often come up this beach, and from this angle you see there's a guy there, sniper on the left, shining. And you can see right now, look, the Amtrak's doing what I was saying. They're trying to drive right up to the target. But luckily a lot of our guys putting pressure on it. And again, you see my playstyle right here. There's a reason I'm staying back here, okay? And the reason is, one, this boat coming around. And the second reason is, if you all run forward, okay? If I ran forward to where those 3 guys on my team were, then you're all in the line of fire, okay? And all you want is some guy with an LMG or a rocket or whatever, and you're all dead. If you allow a bit of a buffer zone between you and the people in front of you, then you can still keep it covered, okay? But it just reduces that risk. And I know that people love to run in, and I know people love to try and chase the kills and so on, because everybody wants to be Mr. Superman who gets like loads of kills so they can put it on YouTube and go, look at me, I'm poor lad, blah. Yeah, well, if you want to win the game, okay, it's not always about that, okay? You sometimes have to look at what's happening in the game and just sit back and relax, wait, let them come to you, okay? And here we are, that's the end of that round. and I got a medium score there. I didn't get a lot of kills, but I supported my team. We took what was necessary to get the job done, and to be honest, that's what the game's all about for me. Thanks for watching guys, see you on the next one.